Hello there. Some of you may be aware that we've been doing a thing with Prizio, with the shirt that I wore at that I wore at the Oscars, and I got all signed by a couple of celebs. Well, we are extending it. We had some posters that you could also buy lots for, but we're coming up with some other things as well, and we'll announce that later exactly what they are. But you can also now, well, not quite now, Prizio will figure it out once I send all this to them, get some other stuff that you can get lots for. Our good friends at Hasbro very nicely sent a hell of a lot of stuff from X-Men. So I'm signing, I think, over 100 pieces, and we're going to do that as well, which is really nice. So I thought I would do a live video to let you know whilst I'm in the process of signing. Now, this is one of the things that we've got here. It's a very cool Professor X thing. I've actually got a miniature version of this at home that I have in my bath, so that I can play with myself. Professor X-Men. Thank you very much. Right. Who's this? Where's this one? Here we've got, they're not all Professor X. We've got Sunfire here. So, you know. Oh, and we've also got one of my favourites. I also have this one from the last two. I've got Dazzler. How cool is that? She roller skates and sings and makes magic come out of her mouth. Right, so while I'm doing this, I thought I'd take the opportunity to also say hello and maybe answer some questions. Does anybody got any questions about the shirt, about the charity, about Polaris? No, not a question. Hey everyone. No questions. I'm devastated. Oh, look, we've got Colossus. He's a big fella. I hope they make one with Lord Asriel, says HDM Series. So do I. In fact, I was in the pub yesterday and somebody was reading his Dark Materials. They were 30 pages in, and I know that that's roughly, if not exactly, round about the time when Lord Asriel has his first wee bit. Here we've got old Wolverine, Old Man Logan. And I said, "Are you enjoying the book?" She was like, "Oh yes, very much." It says, "Well, you know, I'm actually playing Lord Asriel in a BBC/HBO co-pro," and I don't think she knew what that meant. And she said, "Is it a play?" And I said, "No, it's like a TV show." And she said, "Oh, that's really good." So we had a really good chat about it. I thought that was quite interesting. Many of you may not think that's very interesting. Hey, we've got Shatterstar. Shatterstar's pretty cool. When do you come to Italy? Says Gloria. I don't know. I don't currently have any plans to go to Italy. Aww. That's a wee shame, isn't it? A wee shame for me. Okay, how many do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in there. And we've got here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in here. 10 in there. Okay, 2 boxes down. God, it moves quick. What else to tell you, really? More Wolverine. Okay, so there's a lot of Wolverine, it looks like. A little bit of Cyclops, all One Eye himself. More Old Man Wolverine. So yeah, like I said, this will go on Prizeo when I get it sent back to them. All 14 boxes, I think. Again, thank you Hasbro for that. There's some pictures. There's some original pictures from Annie Leibovitz going on there that feature myself and that I've signed. There's some from the photographer Peru that were taken of me a long time ago that I've signed as well. There's about 14 pictures, I think. We're going to do my shirt from Days of Future Past, my paisley pink shirt, which I actually wore recently, washed it and shrunk it, so it was too small for me now. So I thought I'd auction that. I've signed that as well. That's all going to be on there. And there's about 100 odd things here that you'll be able to do as well. The best actor, says Helio Faria. Thank you very much, Helio Faria. How many's in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is all, of course, in aid of the incredible charity, Ronald McDonald House, particularly the one in New York, which is the one I've got a connection with, that houses not only children going through cancer or battling cancer, but also their families. Gives them a place to live, gives them a place to live together, more importantly, which doesn't always happen. Whilst they're going through treatment, feeds them, houses them, keeps them warm, and keeps them in an environment, in a community where there's people going through the same thing, which just that sort of fraternity and that sorority is invaluable, really. It's sort of instant empathy and relatability all around you, you know. Not just for the children, but for the families, for whom it can be just as hard in a very different way, emotionally so, you know. When the little one is going through something so perilous and dangerous and upsetting, sometimes the kids are so young that, you know, not that they're oblivious to it, but the parents are the ones that are taking on the emotional reality of it even more. And the house really provides not only official channels to help them through that, and counselling and support and all that, but just people around you, adults around you that are going through the same thing, and that can make the world a difference. I know that from my own life, actually, being in certain scenarios where luckily there was people around me going through the same thing, and it just gives you somebody to touch base with. It makes you feel like you're not alone, makes you feel like you're not going mental. Although I don't know how you could ever go through something like your child having cancer and not feel like the world is a mental place. But there's a modicum of, I think, comfort there with what the house does. And that's an incredible thing, so that's what we're doing. We're trying to raise money so that house can keep going and keep doing the incredible things it does incredibly well. Just need to get these back in the box. That's the only thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8 down. How much money have you received? Oh God, it moves so quick. I missed that. Who said that? Someone said, how much money have you received? I think last time we checked in, which was about a week ago, with the sale of just the shirt and a couple of posters, we've gotten to 50 grand plus, which is amazing when you consider that this is all the result of just getting a little bit drunk and having very good actors sign your shirt with a red Sharpie. I mean, really, that's a whole lot of aid and help and goodwill and charity created just from a daft thing. So yeah, 50 grand is pretty awesome. So thank you everybody who has given their $10 minimum, or their $10 minimum, £10, €10, whatever it is, wherever you're from. Thank you to everybody who's done it. Thank you to all those people who've done even more. There's been people out there that have, oh my God, somebody's getting a Cyclops with a really bad James McAvoy signature. Look at that one. That's really not my signature. Sorry about that one. Maybe I'll leave that one out. I don't know. Maybe it's even better. I don't know. So yeah, so thank you to everybody who's done that. Some people have done even more than $10. Some people have done a hell of a lot of moolah. So thank you very, very much. You're doing a great thing in helping out people in a lovely way. Mexico here. How you doing, Mr. Zell, hello. HDM says, how is the... Oh, God, it's gone. It's gone. Already. Another Sunfire, everybody. Pretty cool X-Men figure there. Okay. Got another Shatterstar and another Dazzler coming up. We do have some Professor X's, by the way. None of Magneto. Finzave. Not yet. No Magnetos as of yet. All magnet pads. I might be pregnant now. Says Vogue up like that. Really? Wow. This is a highly fertile, charitable moment. How many boxes do you have, says somebody? Because your name disappeared before I could read that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 boxes. 3 pieces in those ones, 8 pieces in those, 10 pieces in those. There's 100 plus pieces here. So we get quite a lot, which is quite exciting. Again, thank you, Hasbro. That's very kind of you. Try and figure out why they're giving us so much. I mean, it's good, I'm not complaining. Didn't expect them to be so generous. But it's cool that they have them. I mean, it's super cool that they have them. Let's see what we've got in this box. These are all much for muchness. Did you always write with your left hand? No, I'm writing with my right hand. I don't know if the image is flipped on your computer, but I'm writing with my right hand. But my watch is also on my right hand, which might be confusing the issue if I flipped it. I also eat, interestingly, with my fork in my right hand, which some people think is strange. Only really gets problematic when you're trying to use a fish knife, because they are not meant to be used the wrong way around. Wee facts there for you, to get you through this long and arduous live stream. What's this? Oh, this looks good. Oh, get ready. Get ready. We've got another one of these. We've got at least 3 more of these. Does anybody know, just a little quiz, does anybody know what that guy is? Now, I consider myself a bit of an X-Men fan, not just because I'm in it, but I don't know who that is or what that's all about. Anybody can tell me. You don't get a bonus point, you get nothing free, but you get my respect and admiration. Anybody? That's that one's signed. Hold it closer. That guy. He's wearing a fez, sunglasses, and a big old cheesy grin. I know that's Charles. No?
Let me see.
See? Let's go and try to get the light right. There, that guy. Sucky Hall Street Bouncer? I must have been a Glaswegian that said that. Juggernaut? It's not Juggernaut, I don't think, is it? Doesn't look like Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut. Possibly the finest line in any X-Men movie ever, uttered by Vinnie Jones playing Juggernaut in X-Men The Last Stand, I think, is it? I don't know. Somebody says, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I'm the Juggernaut," which is just genius writing, really. Or maybe it wouldn't have been genius writing if it hadn't been delivered so brilliantly. Seminal moment in X-Men history there. last film you've watched. I watched the Fire Festival documentary on Netflix, which was good. I thought it was really good. I've been told it's incredible, and I think I was expecting more just because people built it up so crazy much. But my God, it was a surprising watch. And I'm really glad nobody died, because it did look like it could have been that serious. Okay, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in there. Do you see this comment? Do you ever come to Atlanta? No, I don't actually. I've never been to Atlanta. But I have been to me. Are you interested in the McCann doc? Yeah. Come to Pakistan. I'd love to come to Pakistan. How about Korea? I actually have to miss out on Korea this year. And I've been trying to get to Korea for a very, very long time. Partly because it seems like a cool town, but also because I seem to have a lot of people there who like what I do, so it seems like a good idea to go. But I can't, unfortunately. I've got stuff happening, and I have to miss that little trip. Hey, we've got some Deadpools here. I know I'm not Ryan Reynolds. I know I'm not Deadpool, but I'm going to sign them, and it could be yours for $10. I mean, it's a small price to pay for a toy signed by a guy that's got nothing to do with that toy. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Keep dropping things. The Last King of Scotland is my top 10. Which film are you the most proud to have been in? Wow, I actually got to read a full question properly. Right. The Last King of Scotland is one of my favourite films that I've ever been in. Definitely, without a definite doubt. What is my favourite film that I've ever been in? What? My favourite film that I've ever been in? What do you think I should say? Splash are the most favouriteest films I've ever been in. Definitely. My favourite films, I actually found Split, particularly Split, to watch it, I found it quite upsetting. The first time I watched it, I didn't feel too great after watching it. That's not because I didn't think it was good, it was hard to watch myself being, I don't know, violent and mentally disturbed. We paused, or we back? I didn't find it hard to do it. Have we paused? I don't know. No, we've not. I didn't find it hard to do it, but I found it hard to watch, which is a strange thing. Favourite film I've ever been in? Atonement's up there. Split is up there, actually. Filth. I loved Filth. Loved making it. Loved watching it. It's a film that did particularly well in Great Britain at the box office and pretty much nowhere else. I think it was maybe seen by 5 people worldwide, but it is a film that I am intensely proud of and enjoyed making a lot. So those are my 3. 2, 4, 6, 8 in here. Who would battle between Xavier and Kevin? Who would win a battle between Xavier and Kevin? Xavier. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. He would, he's just one of the most powerful mutants that has ever been. And, you know, problems of the psyche are his forte. So I think he, not only is he super powerful and could probably you know, pretty much every X-Men movie should go like this. There's a problem, somebody's trying to do bad stuff, and then Charles goes like this. Done. It's fine. I made him take his clothes off, and he's really embarrassed, and he's gone home for a cup of tea and a slice of toast. That's how every X-Men movie should probably go, but I think that means that if you're going to fight Kevin, or if you're talking about the Beast, who also shares Kevin's body, or one of the other collective that lives within that body, then I'd say Professor X would probably bring it home for the X-Men. The smiley face with Xavier is Shadow King. Thank you. I don't know who said that, because your name disappeared as quickly as it appeared. I've met you, and I want to know if you remember me. Vic Brugger. I don't know. I don't know what. I can't imagine Vic Brugger is your real name. So sorry. Maybe you are Vic Brugger. If you are, God love you, mate. That's a tough name to get through this life with. Oh, I'm Vic Brugger. How do you perfect something? What's the coolest place in Scotland? Oh. That's a good question. The coolest place in Scotland, I'd say the Western Isles. So the Hebrides, the Inner Hebrides, not the Outer Hebrides. Although, don't get me wrong, they might be nice too. I've never been to the Outer Hebrides. But the Inner Hebrides are islands on the west coast of Scotland, and they are stunning and full of good food. Specifically, or particularly, the seafood and the shellfish and all that is amazing. But you get good lamb as well. And if you could eat sea lion, then you get that. But I don't think many people eat sea lion, because there's tons of them. But it's beautiful. The Isle of Skye is gorgeous. Harris is beautiful. Iona, which is a tiny little island off the coast of another tiny little island that you can't even take a car onto, is pretty stunning. So those are my top picks for Scotland. What else? Edinburgh's easy. You land in Edinburgh, go into the city centre, and there's like a castle on a mountain in the city centre, in amongst all the shops. It's sort of like Game of Thrones meets New York or something like that. Not quite New York, but do you know what I mean? It's like Game of Thrones in a metropolis. It's weird and amazing and instantly gratifying as a tourist. So that's good. Glasgow, I'd say, is more fun to hang out in and to stay in for a little while, but it's not as instantly pleasing on the eye as Edinburgh. Although that's not to say it's an unattractive city, it's actually a pretty beautiful city. It's just not got a castle on a volcanic mountain in the middle of it all. Hey, we've got some more Professor X's. Yeah! And Shadow King. I've just recently learned that was Shadow King. How did I miss Shadow King growing up? I watched all the cartoons. Never read the comic books though. Read them as an adult, some of them, in preparation for playing Charles. How do you feel about Oscars? How do I feel about Oscars? They're wonderful things, aren't they? I actually went to the house of an actress once who shall remain nameless, but she was not very nice to me, and not very nice to the other young guy that was in the film with me. But anyway, we went to her house once, and she had an Oscar, but she had it propping her front door open, and she used it as a doorstop. And I thought, if you were nice to me, I think that was a cool move, but because you're not nice to me, I thought, come on, you're just trying to be ostentatious, and you're unostentatiousness. Have you ever been to Budapest? Yes, I have. Good answer there. What is your favourite? Oh, it's gone. Make Hedwig's voice. No. Walking Dead or Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, definitely. One day I will work with you. Then it's on. What advice do you have for people who... Oh, God, it disappeared again. I think it might have been, what advice do you have for people who want to be actors? Get some acting done. Do some acting. Do that however you can. Do it in your front room. Do it in your bedroom. Do it in an amateur dramatic society. Do it in a drama club or acting school or a weekend club. Do it with your buddies, do it with your friends. Buy it. You can go to the library and get a play out. You can download old plays on the internet, really good old plays, and just do them. Start speaking them out loud. Don't read Shakespeare into yourself. Don't read it silently. Speak it out loud. If you're going to do Shakespeare, it was written to be spoken, so speak it out loud. It makes it easier to understand. One of the weird things people always say about Shakespeare is that they don't understand it, and I totally get that. I've had problems understanding what he's saying at times, because it's not just archaic language or historical language or dialect, it's also poetic and historical, so it can be a little bit tricky, but it was designed to be spoken, and the minute you start to speak it out loud, I think it becomes easier to understand and to tap into what Shakespeare was doing. Anyway. So that's a wee bit of advice there, but get as much of it done as you can. It doesn't matter what level you're doing at, don't worry about whether it's a good enough level or not, just get it done, and you'll get better and better and better. And try and tell a story. Don't just worry about being truthful or feeling the emotion. Try and tell a story. I think that's always the most important thing. Any other questions? Have you always wanted to be an actor? No. I didn't always want to be an actor. I hadn't considered it at all, really, until I was about 16, and I got lucky enough to cross paths with an actor and movie director called David Heyman in Glasgow. He came in to talk to us about the play Macbeth, because we were reading it in class in English, and he lived next door to my English teacher. I said to him, thank you very much. I'd seen him in movies and stuff. He'd been in movies with Chris O'Donnell and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I was excited and impressed. Anyway, I said, thank you very much. Can I please come and do a work placement with you if you ever make movies again? And I'll come make the tea for a week or something like that. Anyway, he was making a movie again in a little while, and he called the school and asked if I would be interested in coming for an audition. I went and auditioned for him, and I got the part, and that's how I got into it. But before that, I hadn't considered acting, and I hadn't really seen it as a possibility. I didn't have an acting school or an acting club, or there was no drama in my school, so it was something that really seemed like a natural progression or natural thing to do. But I always liked movies and things like that. But I got very lucky, meeting the right person at the right time, and also being polite and interested and outgoing at the right time, which I hadn't always been like that, but I was like that the day that he showed up, and he was, I don't know, brave enough to think he would give a polite person a shot, and it all worked out. For me anyway. I was pretty bad in his film, so it didn't work out too good for him, but it worked out really good for me because I got a career out of it, which was excellent. That's my personal harp player that travels with me everywhere I go. My harpist. You're the best actor ever. Who said that? Oh, I don't know. It's gone. But thank you very much. You're clearly a very intelligent person with great taste. If you joined the DC universe, who would you like to play? I think that was. If I joined the DC universe, the Riddler, maybe. I always liked him when I was growing up. That would be cool. I've always thought DC does really good bad guys. 8. Yeah. Okay. I think we might be on the last box, guys. Brace yourselves. Michael Fassbender playing harp in the background. Yes, Michael likes to harp on. Woo. How do you get involved with Ronald McDonald's house? really easily, or really simply actually, they called my publicist when I was in New York doing press and asked if I would come and show the kids one of my movies. I think it was Romeo and Juliet to begin with. And so I showed them Romeo and Juliet, and I hung out with them afterwards, and the families, and everybody just chilled out and had a chat and did some photos and had a cup of tea and all of that. And since then I've been back 2 or 3 times, and I just think it's an incredible, pretty unique institution that just provides comfort amongst probably the most testing, trying and upsetting time in a family's life. Most difficult role? Most difficult role? Well, the most difficult role is always a badly written role. Like a badly written script or a badly written role is undoubtedly harder to do than something that's well written. So, but you don't get credit for that. You don't get awards for a badly written gig. Do you know what I mean? But yet, that's the most challenging thing I think an actor could ever do when you're working on something that's a bit crap. And we've all done that. Come on, everybody's done that. Name me an actor that hasn't worked on something that's just a little bit crap. I've done that, and that's the hardest thing. Of all the good stuff that I've done, the most challenging role, I mean, maybe Filth or Glass, I think. Glass, I think Filth was still actually pretty rewarding, even though it was difficult. And Filth was pretty rewarding, even though it was difficult. Glass was tough because there was just so many characters to get through, and you didn't really feel like you got a lot of time to bed in with any of them. So that was probably the most challenging actually, because you had to feel like you were being true to the character, and yet some of those characters you only spend 5 or 10 seconds with. So that was pretty difficult. Yeah, good question. What are those toys for, Mr. James? Well, you've come late to this little signing party. These toys are for a sweepstake that I'm doing using Prizeo.com in aid of a charity called the Ronald McDonald House, which helps families and young children, or both children going through cancer, and their families, giving them somewhere to live whilst they're going through treatment, giving them somewhere to eat, giving them somewhere to stay together as a unit, and giving support and comfort and care through however long it takes, sometimes years, and I mean a lot of years. Not just, you're having a round of chemotherapy and radiotherapy, come and stay with us for a month. It can be years and years and years and years and years. And the weird thing is, sometimes it's more than one family member, sometimes it's more than one child, and that seems to happen a lot. That's genetic for you, I guess. But, and Ronald McDonald House is there for them, and it helps to provide comfort in the darkest of times for any child or any family. Unimaginable, really, to think of that happening to your own kid. 8 in there. Any other questions? Have you seen Captain Marvel? No, I haven't. Can't wait. Love a bit of Samuel L. Jackson with a slice of brie. Get that? Little cheese joke there, because Brie Larson's first name is a cheese. Don't know if it's spelled the same. Sorry, Brie. When are you coming back to the West End? Soon. Ish. I'm going to do Cyrano de Bergerac. I can't announce dates yet, but I'm going to be doing Cyrano de Bergerac. All big noses back. Look who's back. What is the cheesiest joke you know? The cheesiest joke you know? Who's the biggest wanker in Star Wars? Han Solo. It's not very cheesy, but it is an original, I believe. I invented that joke when I was, I think before I was a teenager. I think I made that joke up when I made up a trio of Star Wars jokes. Here we go. Who's the biggest wanker in Star Wars? Han Solo. Good, right? Who's the biggest... Who's got the dirtiest habit in Star Wars? Chewbacca. And then... Oh, the other one's a bit dodgy, so I'm not going to say that one. Say something about Egypt. Anything. Egypt! Never been there. Is that okay? Do you like Japan? I have had two very good times in Japan. My last trip to Japan, particularly, was pretty amazing, and I had a great time. And met some great people. Who's your favourite Game of Thrones character? Oofed. Well, see, here's the thing you don't know. I've read all the books as well, and I've forgotten most of them. I've forgotten most of those characters because I'm pretty sure it's not. Jorah Mormont. I say Jorah Mormont's my favourite character in the books, and probably in the TV show as well. Because of the signature, the box is more important. When is the wedding with Fassbender? He's married, dude. Have you ever seen a ghost? No, but I did feel one time like I got sucked into a portrait. Come visit the Philippines. Okay, hi from Colombia, hello. Okay, cool. Listen, I think I'm done, everybody. This is going to be on... I'm going to send all this back to Prizeo, and they'll probably, if on my homepage, on my Instagram page, there's a link in my bio to Prizeo. This probably all won't appear on the Prizeo page just yet. They'll have to get it, count it all, make sure it's all okay, and then you'll have a chance to win this stuff, as well as the signed Oscar shirt, as well as the Days of Future Past Charles Xavier shirt that I signed as well as the Annie Leibovitz pictures. I think there's about 10 of those which I've signed, as well as the pictures from the excellent photographer Peru as well that I've signed. There's going to be all these, over 100 toys, I think, that are signed by myself. There's also some posters going to be on there, some of which I think have been signed by the cast. Might be a glass and a split poster, and I think there's going to be some X-Men posters on there too. So there's lots and lots and lots of things to win. It is a sweepstake. It's not just going to the person with the most money. They can slap down $5 grand or 10 grand or whatever it is. It's a sweepstake, so it's like a raffle, if you don't know what a sweepstake is. At the end of it, at the closing date, we'll pick out all we'll pick out the winners, basically. But what will happen is, like with these, $10 minimum buy-in, but with these, maybe you spend $50 and you get something. I don't know what the price will be, but that's the way we're going to do it. So there's going to be more stuff to win, more stuff to get a hold of, and it's all in aid of the most incredible charity, Ronald McDonald House in New York. All the best, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stay with us, but don't, because I'm turning it off. Cheerio. Oh, and